Okay, so this box has arrived, which actually arrived in a much larger box, so I was a bit worried that maybe I bought something considerably larger than I expected. Fortunately, at least this is vaguely sensibly sized. A box contains a box. Unfortunately, there's no this side up on it. On pain of death. Box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, this one's odd. It's got a metal insert of some kind. A bag of things, which looks to contain a scrapey thing, a pokey thing with 7 pokers on it. Presumably it's used for, yeah, it looks like it's maybe used for, oh, it's too small to fit in there. So not used for cleaning that. And a pokey thing with a brush. Ooh. Measuring jug, to a 5ml gradient. Kind of useful. A lot more accurate than most things I have. So. And the machine itself. As far as I'm aware, you just put the raw ingredients in that box, press the on button, press the start button. Presumably this will all need a washing before use. I have no idea what these are for. They're screwable and unscrewable. Before I play too much with those, I'll read the book. Pasta maker. Okay, so the pasta maker, we're going to make some pasta with it. And first of all, what we need to do is choose the appropriate shape of pasta. So to do that, you roll over the front, you take off whatever the one that you've currently got on. You make a noise, and then you find in here the one you want, which in this case we're going for a tagliatelle style. And put that on. reattach at the front. So, step number 2, you turn it on, you choose whether you're having egg pasta or plain pasta, and I want the egg pasta, so it goes on like that, and then it wants you to put in the correct amount of flour. The minimum is 200 and the maximum 600, and I only want a small amount of pasta, probably less than 200, so we're going to go for 200. The flour does not want to come out. Right, so what we have is 211 grams, so that's fine. Once that's on there, you can reattach at the top, and then it will tell you how much liquid you need to put in, which in this case is 85 millilitres. Now this includes the egg. And ideally you want to pierce the egg so that it's able to go through the top. And we now fill this up to 85. It was 85, yeah. About that much. And now, having prepared our liquid, we can tell this to start going, and then slowly pour the liquid in. Slowly until all the egg decides to go in at once. And yeah, I'll be another minute and 40. I'll be back when it's done. Okay, and now that it's done its mixing, it now starts to actually push out the pasta out the front, which hopefully will actually work properly now. Because the first couple of times I tried this, it did not go well. Of course, you're also meant to cut it off, and I've got the implement with me. It definitely smells more like pasta than it did the other day. Just make that It's going to stop producing in a moment, so I won't bother cutting it again because this will probably be it. It's doing a surprisingly good job of continuing to produce more pasta when it looks pretty empty down there. So, yeah, it should apparently stop when it thinks it's done. There we are. I think it might actually be trying to scavenge a bit more, so we might end up with the smallest bit of spaghetti or tagliatelle in the end. Maybe. We'll see. Here comes a bit more. Yeah. And it's just completed, and I believe the camera's also just run out of battery, so I'll be back with you in a bit. But the final part was fairly small. Okay, to go with the pasta, we're going to be making a creamy garlic, onion and chorizo, basil pasta dish. So, first of all, get the garlic and the onion done, and garlicky. And then we'll get this paper, and look at that. The ingredients are cut up and ready to be cooked, so let's go do that. Okay, so we're going to start off by heating up the water in the back. Melting a lump of replacement butter in the saucepan. Goes garlic, onion, a little bit of oil. Well, that cooked for a bit. Okay, water is now boiling and the onion and garlic have softened up a fair amount. So let's get the pasta on. reduce the heat and let that cook for a while, and then we're going to put in the chorizo here. And now the pasta's happily cooking away. I'm going to put 150 ml of double cream in to here. Spill it all over the place, and then put in the basil, and I'm going to put in some white pepper and some salt. We're also going to just add in a little bit of dried parsley, as they did not have any fresh at the shops. We'll just let that cook for about 10-15 minutes, and I'll be back then. Okay, so I've given it a taste and it needs a little bit more salt, and I reckon that a few chilies would also help. I've got some dried chilies here, help add a little something which it needs. Keep cooking. Okay, and we're done cooking, so let's get it onto a plate. Okay, and here's the finished result. A bit more pepper and salt on top, and give it a try. First comments, the pasta, I tried a bit before I served it just to make sure it was good, and yep, it tasted good. But you'll notice, and this was obvious when it was being made, that the pasta kind of has a bit of a ragged edge on it. That's good. It seemed to sort of occur on the outside edges, so the pasta which was being made in the middle was all okay, and the pasta on the edge definitely sort of, it won't taste any different, but it's got a bit more of a edge to it, which is not straight. But yeah, pasta's really good, and this sauce is so much better than I thought it was going to be actually. I was thinking it was going to taste pretty terrible by the time it was finished cooking, but no. No, that is really very good. Okay, so final impressions. The meal, the sauce was very nice. I would probably maybe add a bit of stock or something into it just to make it a bit thicker. Not thicker, fuller. Because, yeah, it definitely reduced a lot more than I expected, which was kind of why I was fearing it was going to be not so appropriate for pasta, but yeah. I'd definitely make it again. I'd probably try a few different things about it. But that wasn't really the supposed star of the show, even though it very much was in the end. The pasta maker, again, much easier than a more conventional rolly one. Has a few quirks about using it, which I fell afoul of. Primarily, add the liquid slowly, otherwise things go badly wrong. In terms of use, it's fine. Like I say, the actual pasta shape ended up not quite being as cohesive as I might want, so I'll be seeing if there's something that I've done wrong there, or whether that's just what you get out, or whether it's something which is particular to the tagliatelle thing. Final comments. Yeah, cleaning it was a bit of a pain. So the sort of main dish, which I haven't got with me, that everything goes in, yeah, that's easy enough. It's a plastic thing. Kind of wish it was dishwasher safe. That would make my life so much easier. But then you sort of get to the more fiddly parts to clean. So this little tagliatelle extruder took quite a long time to get clean. You're given a little tool to sort of clean the various nozzles, and yeah, it took quite a while to get them all done to my satisfaction. This, again, kind of wish it were dishwasher safe. This took a long time, and looking at it I can see I still got more to do on this section here. There's so many surfaces and little nooks and crannies that, yeah, it's not the easiest thing to clean, because this section here where it gets extruded with was actually not too bad. But the part where it mixes up the dough over here, particularly this little panel here, which kind of has a ridge on it, that was a pain. And then sort of all the little bits around here and that, it's like, yeah, it took a fair while to get that clean. This wasn't too bad. I mean, it's only really got that in there, but again, I suspect you're going to want to get to it pretty quickly in order to get it easily cleaned. And finally, the lid on top where you pour the egg mixture in, yeah, that's soaking, because that egg is not coming off easily. And again, it's not the most easily accessible little pit that you put it in, so I probably need to get something a bit more suitable for helping clean that in the future. But yeah, so cleaning it's not exactly fun, but I think compared to a more traditional pasta roller, it's probably still a whole lot easier to keep clean and hygienic. And yeah, I'll probably be trying out some of the other things in here, because I tried the tagliatelle, it's kind of one of the most standard ones. The spaghetti one is probably going to be fairly easy, but some of these other ones I don't really know exactly what I'm going to get out of them, and it'll be interesting to see. I mean, the most odd one is this one with the metal ring in, which, yeah, I don't know what it's meant to make, but I suspect that it will be an absolute pig to get clean once it's actually used. Yeah. Well, this one's soldered. Oh. Much deeper. Section. That's got absolutely tiny little holes, so that's presumably what this is for cleaning. Yep. Yeah. I'll be giving those a try. If there's anything particularly noteworthy about them, I will make a follow-up video at some point in the future. But, yeah. Is it worth the money? Depends how much you like fresh pasta.